All right. Hi, my name is Dr. Joseph Hartman, and I'm an assistant professor at the University of Missouri, Kansas City. My work writ large deals with the intersections of art, vision, and urbanism and architecture in the context of the Americas during the 20th century. So this is really a time of nation building. It's a time where dictators, caudillos, are on the rise throughout Latin America. And it's also a kind of heightened moment of U.S. imperialism, particularly in the early 20th century after the War of 1898. My current book project, The Dictators, Dreamscape, Building Machado's Cuba, examines the evolution and legacy of nation building and its cultural stakes in Cuba during the early 20th century. In particular, I look at the public works of a Cuban dictator named Gerardo Machado Morales, who is being financed in power between 1925 to 1933. And he's being financed by U.S. banks, Chase National and J.P. Morgan, to create this giant public works project, a huge infrastructural undertaking that included a highway to connect Havana to Santiago de Cuba and Pinar del Rio, a iconic Capitol building modeled after the Capitol in Washington, D.C., and also a huge panoptic prison created on an island just south of Cuba. In addition to these kind of larger monumental projects, it also included, per his campaign slogan, agua, caminos, escuelas, roads, water infrastructure, and schools, hospitals throughout the country. And what I'm doing is examining this as a visual project. So images of the Capitol building photographed alongside Italian-made colonial monuments in a French Beaux-Arts park, a blur of palm trees spotted along the highway from the window of a Ford automobile, aerial view of the prison next to marble-filled mountains taken from a Ford tri-motor plane. And what we find in these images is kind of a nuanced dialogue that gives us a fresh look at the accomplishments, failures, and crimes of Machado's regime. Not just the works of, not just to be dismissed as a sort of lackey of U.S. imperialism, nor to be kind of his architectural works to be kind of overlooked as mere imitations, but rather creating a more nuanced kind of scholarly approach to the context of Cuba in the 1920s, but then also its connections to U.S. imperial projects and the global scene of art and architecture at the time.